Hi everyone. Today we're going to learn about personal finance. It is a subject that's mostly left out of syllabus in schools and colleges, and that's unfortunate because that leaves us clueless about how to handle our money, our investments, wealth creation in general. This video is going to be a bit long, but stick around, take notes because this will help you, especially if you're in the age bracket of 25 to 35 years of age. The first important thing to do is creating an emergency fund. Now, what this means is that regardless of all your expenses, your EMIs, your rent, your allowances, keeping all of that aside, you should consider saving a sum as an emergency fund. There is no specific sum that you need to save as an emergency fund, but generally it should cover 6 to 9 months of your expenses. Perfect sum you can decide for yourself. Now, the reason why you want an emergency fund is simple. Any emergency that comes your way, be it hospitalization, or if you find yourself without a job, this should save you or give you a leeway of at least 6 to 9 months to set yourself up again. So, an emergency fund is a must, and you should consider saving for it. The second important consideration is starting to save for retirement. Now, you might be wondering who saves for retirement in their 20s and 30s, but you should be warned that it is an eventuality and you should start saving for it. Now, let me give you an example of why it's important to start early. Let's say at the age of 25, you start saving 3,000 rupees in a mutual fund that gives you returns of around 12.5% an annum. Now, you only increase this amount you deposit by 5% as your income increases. Now, by the end of 35 years, when you're about 60, the amount you would have totally deposited would be 32 lakhs 50,000. But the amount of returns you would have gained on that would be well over 3 crores. The total sum you would have by the age of 60 would be 3.37 crores. Now, that's the beauty of compounding, and that's why you need to start early. The longer the time horizon, the greater are the returns. So that's the reason you need to start early. You need to start right away. The third piece of this puzzle is understanding taxation. Taxation is never going to leave you. Like they say, death and taxes wait for no one. Try exploring avenues where you can efficiently save taxes. Efficiently here means that there is a smaller lock-in period and significant returns that you can get on your money. For example, instruments like ELSS mutual funds that are equity-linked saving schemes give you a lesser lock-in period of around 3 years, but returns that are amazingly good. Now, if you consider FDs, the lock-in period is well over 5 years and you get only average returns. The best part is that for both ELSS mutual funds as well as fixed deposits, the tax break that you get under Section 80C is for 1.5 lakhs for both FDs as well as ELSS mutual funds. Then you have your tax reductions on your health insurance, your education loans, your NPS, PPF schemes, and so on. You should consider reading more about these saving instruments and get tax breaks that you could make good use of. Now, you might be wondering if there is a long laundry list to do and your income is tiny, but still, keep aside a sum of money that you pay for health insurance, because if there's one thing the pandemic has made us realize is how high the medical bills can get. It is way more convenient to just pay your medical insurance premiums and get the tax break as well as the security that comes with having a medical insurance. Anyone who knows anything about personal finance will tell you that health insurance is a must. Consider reducing or closing high-cost debt. If you have loans to repay, create a priority list for repayment. Try closing the costly ones first. Your credit card is the most expensive, followed by an unsecured personal loan, followed by then education, vehicle, and home loans. So create a priority list in that order so that you can start saving and get yourself out of debt. Now, this is an important one. Start investing. Earlier we had spoken about saving for your retirement. Now let's talk about investing so that you can achieve your financial goals. But before that, do you know what inflation is? If you don't, inflation is the rising cost of goods year on year. For example, the chocolate that costed you 5 rupees like 10 years ago, it's going to cost you 10 rupees now, and the price is only going to get higher. The only way you can beat inflation is by investing and earning returns that are higher than the rate of inflation. Now, for example, if the rate of inflation is 5%, you need to invest in instruments where the returns you get are over 5%. So coming to investing based on goals, you should divide your goals into short-term, medium-term, and long-term goals. For example, your short-term goal could be getting a new phone or a laptop in the next 6 months or 1 year. Your medium-term goal could be getting a car in the next 5 years. The long-term goal in that case could be in the next 15 years, getting yourself a house of your own. Now, once you've decided on your goals and the time horizon for these goals, start investing in different instruments to achieve these goals. Now, investing should be based on your risk appetite. Now, what is risk appetite? Risk appetite is the amount of risk that you're willing to take. Now, the higher the risk, higher are the returns, but also the risk of losing the money. Be careful and do your own research. Whether it is cryptocurrency, mutual funds, or stocks, be sure about what you're investing into and read everything for sure. Record your expenses. Budgeting is going to play an important role when it comes to having a secure financial life. By understanding what your expenses are, where most of your money goes, you can then make small changes to your day-to-day life and day-to-day expenses to save a considerable sum by the end of every month. I know it seems that you cannot live without Netflix, Hotstar, or Prime, and with those subscriptions month on month. Try making these small adjustments, small sacrifices so that you can have a considerable sum to be saved at the end of every month. This can make a huge difference in the long term. All in all, keep track of all your money. Self-control plays an important role in wealth creation. If you are someone who likes to swipe their credit card to purchase items, try buying that item from the money that you save. Because while credit cards are good if you are financially responsible, without self-control, you can end up paying a lot of interest on credit cards. And the rate of interest on credit cards is extremely high. It can vary from 36 to 42% in annum. And that's something that you do not want on your plate. Try paying your credit card bills on time and make sure that you do not have more credit cards than you can handle. Now, you should have only enough credit cards that you can keep track of. This will ensure that your credit history is great. Just remember that it is very easy to put all of your money in a savings account, but the returns are next to nothing and it's not going to help you in the long term. Try exploring instruments like stocks and mutual funds that give you a higher rate of return. And for your emergency fund, try investing in instruments that are relatively safe and provide you with enough liquidity. Please consider subscribing to our channel. We upload 2 videos a week and these videos might help you navigate your financial life better. Thank you.